All right, welcome to Razor fucking Radio. This is Andy fucking Ford. Uh, we got Trevor Church from Haunt. That's
What's
Tanner
up?
Papa from Madras. And we just heard, what was it? A Face of Danger from the brand new Haunt record. What is it? Beautiful what?
Beautiful
Distract.
distraction. Jesus, Andy.
Hey,
Dude.
man, I'm old. Unlike you pot smoking fools, I
least we
just
can
can't remember
remember.
shit.
At least we can remember.
CRS. Anyway, we got Trevor. Trevor, it seems like we do this about every 6 months now.
Basically, I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon. I actually I think after I'm done with you guys, after this is over, I got 2 songs left to do on guitar, and my next album is almost finished.
Wow.
But it won't be out till next year.
Nice.
Yeah, but then you have like 4 albums in between this time and next year, so it'll be
I have
great.
5 albums on deck right now.
Whoo!
I have enough. I told you I got that goal, man. 20 albums by 47, and I'm retiring.
Wow, dude, that's dude. See, but so with your incredible fucking just work ethic, I mean, how do you find time to sleep? Like literally, it's between that and
Especially with a little kid too at home.
yeah.
I mean, surprisingly, with a will, there's a way, they always say.
Yeah.
And if I don't have to teach anybody the songs. Let's just be realistic about it and just cut through the bullshit.
Yeah, there's no rehearsal, huh?
No rehearsal. So it's way faster. I don't get bogged down by other people's maybe not learning it or whatever. So I can move rapid. And we're not going to play all the shit. That's just the reality.
When you guys do decide to go out and do some live stuff, you're gonna put together a set, and you're gonna you're not gonna all of a sudden become the Grateful Dead and be able to pull up any song at any time.
No, definitely not. We can't really do that. We pick a set.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to learn all the material right now. I have a whole new live band, so we've been sitting around and trying to just learn as much as we can to see what fits right. Because sometimes that's just how albums really work. You got to try it and see what it feels like live. Because you want the energy to be profound in front of people. You don't want it lacking. Maybe the song is great, but it might lack that live thing, even if it's a good song. That's just the reality of it.
So, Trevor, I know you typically like to record and mix and master literally everything in your career, in your catalog, but I'm kind of curious for you, is there a specific person that you kind of would like to work with when it comes to a certain aspect of a Haunt record at any I mean,
he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Jerry Finn, you ever heard of him?
I've heard the name Finn.
Jerry Finn. He did a lot of the punk stuff that I grew up listening to in the late 90s, early 2000s. He did a ton of shit. He's a great engineer and great producer of it. Kind of goes more along with what I do, where it's this really formulaic music. He really tends to know how to really bring that to light. I don't really like a lot of the heavy metal producers. I don't get as excited about, because it's not exactly what I'd be aiming for. I'm more aiming for that pop producer that's going to help craft what I do. Verse, chorus, bridge, solo, verse, end kind of scenario. So
how did he die?
He died really young. I believe he had a heart attack. I think he was only 55 years old. And he had a pretty prolific, he was doing big fucking bands at the end too.
He did Dookie from Green Day. There you go. That's
no.
He did some metal though. He did Body Counts, Born Dead.
Yeah, he's badass, dude. I mean, he's a fucking real.
A lot of pop music though, dude. Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
The Presidents of the United States. Yeah. So he's the one who came up with that song "Lump."
He definitely, but like I said,
Millencolin. I love Millencolin.
When you're looking for a guy that knows about pop music, that would be somebody you would look toward. Even though I kind of stray towards more like the underground metal stuff, I think a producer like that is a beneficial person to bring in that has a different aspect of what they're looking at.
Yeah, well, he did fucking Dookie, dude.
Well, yeah, but okay, so going off of that point with the pop style, I've always said that it's really important for metal to still have the pop element, because that's where all the catchiness kind of comes from. So if you're introducing a pop kind of producer with the metal, I mean, it could bring out a lot of stuff that, say, you and I could never think of.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I've had the opportunities to work with certain people, but a lot of the time it just comes down to how much money they want, what actually you have to do to get it done. And then again, it's a really weird environment for me because I have to sit there and play everything. So I don't know how comfortable I would be, because I have my ways of doing things, and it's just like, hey, this is how I get it done. If you're not, they have to be on the same page.
Yeah, the whole pandemic may have ruined you.
Yeah, really.
being able to work all by yourself for
all day,
almost 2 years. Yeah, all day, 2 years now.
So at this point, I don't even know what the point is. And then plus, I dropped like 10 grand in new gear. So I'm like, why even bother?
Yeah,
I got all the neat shit here. I got a fucking Neumann U87 right here. I mean, the only thing that would bring is somebody like actually slowing me down. I would prefer to just send it to them and be like, here, give me some advice, like the pre-production or something. But, there are a lot of great producers out there, but, I still kind of have that really strict DIY ethic that I've been really gravitated towards. Putting out
I understand. I think I got the perfect producer for you. From the way he works. Fucking Rick Rubin.
Oh yeah.
Because he doesn't, from what I understand, he doesn't do shit anyway.
Yeah, he would be great. He could sit there with his notepad
and fucking just sit on the couch, and you could do everything.
Yeah. He's just like, all right, hey, change that one part. I don't like how this sounds. Okay, and then come back to me in 5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
He would be fantastic.
That would probably work, wouldn't it?
What's really weird to me about Rick Rubin is he's really successful, and I'm a huge Danzig fan. I got my Danzig tattoo right here. It's some of the worst produced music of all time. I think the production on it is so thin, and it could have been so much louder. You even put it next to Black Sabbath, like not remastered. And even the Black Sabbath shit from like 1974 is 10.
He was just, you got to remember though, he was just learning then.
He was.
He had only done like Slayer and as far as like real groups, that's it.
Yeah.
Everything else was hip hop before that.
Yeah, all hip hop. So I thought the guitar was kind of weird too. It's really clean.
Then again, no one's ever caught John Christ right.
But you know what? It still is amazing. And I really love those records. And that just shows you that the energy and the songs actually probably matter more than the production in the end to certain people, especially a musician. We're looking for the strong song, not the overly produced thing that's like, wow, the sonics are so great. You're not sitting there going, man, you're driving your car, you're just thinking about the sonics. No, you're thinking about those songs that grabbed you by the balls.
Yeah, that brings up something I want to talk about with both you guys.
Okay.
But let's get into a track real quick. This is what is it? It is Fortune's Wheel from Haunt right now on
Razor Radio.
1, 2, 3. All right, that was KK's Priest with Hellfire Thunderbolt. Good to see him and Ripper back together. And it does sound like it could have been on Firepower, actually, that new Priest.
It's good. It's actually really, really decent stuff that I was shocked.
It sounds like it could have been in the Firepower sessions. I mean,
I just hate the band name. But
KK could have come up with something better. But anyway, we were about ready to talk about song versus production versus how about like progressive stuff too, where they just throw too much into it. And the knucklehead from what is it, the MR Punk, whatever his punk thing, talked about progressive music yesterday, and he said he would rather listen to fucking a good fucking Pink song or something like that than a Dream Theater song. It probably has more talent. And I'm like, I don't know about that.
That's questionable.
But
Highly.
he was trying to make an argument for the song, which I totally agree with. But when you
Yeah.
start talking about getting into progressive music like Dream Theater, don't lump all progressive music the same.
And here's Trevor. Hopefully, you can agree with this too. The closest thing to punk is progressive music, in my opinion, because they do whatever the fuck they want. They don't give a shit what you have to say. They do what. That's why progressive music. That's why I love progressive music. The energy that they have in it, especially with the 70s, man, can't beat it. Can't beat 70s prog for me. So I don't know.
I agree. I like
some of that stuff gets a little long-winded.
I would say this. I would say this. You're talking to a dude that everything for me has to have a memorable melody. Those are things that I don't let slide ever. If you don't have a memorable melody in your song, I probably already forgotten about you.
Or a hook.
A hook. You need something that there's just, it could be even how the syllables are placed that are rhythmic that gets you. The rhythmic, the melody, anything that has something to do with words. And prog music generally is devoid of a lot of words for the most part. A lot of it's instrumental. Some of it does have singing.
There's no rules to it, though. There are no rules to it, just like punk music. That's why I think it's the closest.
Yeah, they're pretty close.
But punk is so formulaic, though. It's like you could take a punk riff, and then it's 500 bands have done that. Where prog, the prog bands, the true prog bands, you're not going to find a bunch of them that you can line up and be like, these are all the same licks. No, it's going to be a little bit different. The rule about not giving a fuck is true because they're sticking true to their art form. But I think a lot of artists stick true to their art form. So a lot of people would be considered progressive in doing what they want to do and not following a trend or following. But, everybody's influences always are shown on their sleeve almost all the time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm just heavily influenced by progressive music in general, so I will always fucking
name. What's the number one progressive band for you?
For me, Rush.
For either.
Rush. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and Gentle Giant for me.
For me, Rush.
Yeah.
I can't even.
I like Dream Theater a lot too.
Yeah, I might have to be with you on Rush on that one. I think he had a really expansive, unique, experimental career. They
they've gone everywhere. Here's a good question. What's your favorite Rush album? Tells me a lot about a person about when you ask what their favorite Rush album is.
Power Windows.
2012 I like a lot.
Mine's Caress of Steel.
And God, I can't think of the name. I can't think of the name right now. The one with the owl on it. Why can't I think of the name of
Fly by Night?
Fly by Night.
That one.
Yeah, that's the first record. That's the first record that Neil Peart played on.
That Fly by Night, I really like it. I could put it on. Is really good, like music to clean my house to.
Yeah, you're right. That's the way Caress of Steel is too. But Caress of Steel is just a little bit heavier. It's just got that little. Anyway.
I remember my dad took me to see Rush and Primus one time.
I was at that show. Was it in Oakland?
No, it was in Fresno. They played in Fresno too.
Okay, I saw that the night before, the night after at the Oakland Arena, and I was on two hits of acid. And,
okay, well, I was like 13, so I was definitely not.
I'm a little older than you guys remember.
I was definitely not on acid, but I remember the show vividly. At that point in time, I thought Primus was way better than Rush back then.
That's debatable. Here's the thing.
Debatable, but I was 13, and I was like listening to Les Claypool had this crazy sound that literally might be considered really progressive because it sounds like Primus.
Here's the thing. I had to be on acid to figure this out, and it's from that exact same concert, Trevor. You don't realize how much Rush and Primus have in common until you're sitting there fucking frying your brain going, wait a minute. They both have these amazing fucking drummers and these huge drum sets. they have a guitar player or a bass player that's got a weird voice that fucking pretty much is the highlight of the band. And you never see the guitar player. He's always back in the shadows somewhere. And you're like,
Yeah.
whoa, that's almost the same exact band. And I, on October 8th of this year, I'm going to see fucking Primus Do Rush at the fucking Greek Theater. Oh yeah, they're touring. They're doing the entire fucking
Farewell to Kings.
Farewell to Kings album.
Wow.
Which
Well,
ought to be interesting.
That I would maybe actually get myself out of Fresno and probably drive down.
Greek Theater.
Go.
Greek Theater.
It's at the Greek Theater, huh?
October 8th. And I
Yeah.
think, I can't remember who's
What?
opening. It's somebody very progressive too.
You
I don't
know-
even care who's opening at that because you're not going to see that again.
Yeah, no.
No, that.
Is
But
it
I
the
think,
original Primus? You got Tim Alexander, Herb, and
No,
Larry.
it's the original. It's the original three.
Damn,
yeah. yeah.
that's tight.
I'm
Dude.
going with Chan.
So, Trevor, let me ask you something real quick. You know, now that we've dealt with this staying inside for like 2 years already, or a year,
Seems like a year and a
seems
half.
like 2 years, whatever.
Yeah.
Seems
you
like
know
a
what-
decade.
My question is what do you think is going to be the hardest part to get, even just getting outside now for you, like, getting back to the normal, like what is going to be a difficult challenge for you
So
personally?
This is what we decided today. Me and my best friend Andy Soldati, who's now playing drums in Haunt. He was previously
Cool.
a beatmaker with me for years. We treaded the waters of failure together a lot, and now we're back together. And what we're going to be doing is, I have a buddy in town, owns a skate shop. It has a big old back parking lot. And I got a whole PA system here that you could basically, I can be a nightclub if I wanted. We're gonna take it to the parking lot, and they're gonna do a skate demo, skate contest. Haunt's gonna rip the fucking parking lot, and we're just gonna all hang out outside. And we're gonna do that this summer, so really soon, because the venues in California is, nothing's really started to open really yet. There's nothing
We
happening.
still got 3 weeks. June 15th, supposedly.
So June 15th, that gets risen, and then we'll see. But I haven't been really contacted for. I got contacted for one show in California in September, and that's the only thing that I've been hit up so far. So there has to be some. You got to get out. I have a whole new live band, so it's more about, all right, let's get out to some small things. Let's test the water, see how this is all working out, feel it out. And then we get back at it. I don't think we're ready. Andy and I, we've been playing shows for so long in our lives. Music's the biggest part of our life that I just can't wait to go do it again. I'm vaccinated. I wasn't even scared of it when it was
Me
happening.
too.
I was touring in Europe when all this was going on, and my wife was freaking out. She's like, there's this crazy pandemic happening. Be careful, yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, whatever, I get fucking sick, I get sick. I didn't want to give it to other people. That's really my qualm with the thing, is being a spreader. So that I was like, okay, well, this is serious. When I got home, that's when I was like, okay, this is serious. But while over there, I was like, if I get sick, I'm going to get sick one way or another. If this is what's going to happen to me. But so even with that being said, I just want to go out there and have fun. And I think people are going to be more excited about live music than ever, having it taken away and then realizing how little there really is out there on the weekends for you, or just anytime. It's kind of boring. I don't go anywhere. It's like in the shit that I would do.
Yeah, do I?
So,
I'm
so,
right there with
so
you.
everybody's like, oh, let's go to a restaurant. I was like, I don't go to fucking restaurants.
Mhm.
I go to shows. I like music. I like things where music is at. So all the other shit doesn't matter to me. I'm waiting for the fucking club down the road to open up and bands start touring through again. So I have something to do that I could relate to.
But
Same
how does
question to
that-
you, Tanner.
Well, but I didn't even get an answer from him on
Okay,
the biggest challenge. He totally just blindsided So
Okay.
no, what I'm talking about, going outside out of your comfort zone, outside into the world is gonna be my biggest challenge. Feeling like I'm not just the anxiety level where I can handle being around a lot of people.
Get vaccinated.
Yeah, get
Uh,
vaccinated. That's where I got to the point. I got the vaccine. I'm not frightened to give it to anybody. I'm not frightened about being a spreader, and
Picking it up.
there's a big comfort in that. When I got the shot, I was like, you know what? I'm no longer putting my folks at risk. I'm no longer putting my aunts and uncles that are older at risk. There's no way that I'm going to do any more harm than the other guy. You know what I mean? So you got to put those fears aside and just go out there and just live, because I'm actually more frightened about the politics in the world and being out there than anything else, because the world is like on fire politically. So everybody, we are in such a divided country right now that is more uncomfortable than the actual pandemic for me. Like I don't really want to go out there and deal with anybody's bullshit like that. I don't even want to fucking hear it. I've heard enough of it. I'm like, you know what? Go fuck yourself and fuck your politics. They don't fucking love you. Why do you love them? Get over your shit. Live your life. Try to make a mark on the world, and fuck all of those fucking rich motherfuckers. They are not your fucking Lord and Savior, and they're not going to make your life better. You're going to make your life better. So get out of here with your shit. Get out of here with all the divided shit, and just try to live peacefully amongst each other. Really is all I can say.
That is fucking awesome.
Well,
and with that,
okay,
let's get into Sea of Dreams real quick from Haunt, and we'll come back and we'll talk about this is Sea of Dreams from Beautiful Disaster from Haunt right now on
Razor Radio.
1, 2, 3. All right, that was Blind Illusion with World That's an Illusion from their just released, what was it, 2 weeks ago, Blind Illusion 1979 LP, which good stuff. It's Peterman and Piercy. No, it's Peterman and David White.
I was gonna say Piercy's not on that
and
one.
Les Claypool.
Claypool's not on it either, but
anyway.
So Andy, what's going on with you, dude?
Well, I was gonna say, you know what I'm doing? I'm doing Saturday. I tried to bring up the fucking flyer, but I couldn't figure out the stuff. Poor Kids Mansion. Fucking this Saturday, we got a little show. Not So Corrupted and Poor Kids Radio present Dr. No, Corrupted Youth, Neighborhood Watch, and a bunch of other bands, all for fucking free. It's a free show this fucking Saturday at the Poor Kids Mansion, and that will get me back in the swing of things for sure.
That's awesome. Dr.
No, and Neighborhood Watch.
Well, hold on. Well, there's like 4 versions of Dr. No. So this one is
it doesn't matter. They're going to be playing Dr. No songs, and I'm not going to be picky at a free fucking show, dude.
No,
if I hear Mr. Freeze, I'm going to hear Mr. Freeze. If I hear God Told Me To, I'm going to hear God Told Me To. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, again, so it's all.
If I was paying money, I might. If I was paying money, I might bitch that there's no Kyle Tauscher. But I'm not paying any money. It's free. It'll be a party.
We had this idea, and I want to ask you guys about it. I'm going to flip the coin and ask you guys.
Good. I love conversations like this.
So, we meaning Andy Soldati and I, my new drummer, old drummer, new drummer.
Your drummer.
We want to go out in 2022 in the summer, and we're kind of like a little, and it kind of goes along with what you're going to this weekend. That's why I bring it up. We're kind of tired of the USA seems to really have this like nightclub vibe for like underground bands, or you're playing 21 and over venues the majority of the time. Young people can't ever see you. And we're like, this is kind of bullshit. Like, I'm hella into skateboarding. I'm actually Haunt Skateboards is like going to be coming out. I got a buddy that owns a company called Pizza Skateboards out of Sacramento. And we've already done a deck collab, and we want to so I've been buying this PA equipment and shit. We want to fucking take Haunt and some other bands, and we want to hit the fucking skate parks of America and just play in front of people like skating and young people.
That's a great idea. Problem is, most skate parks are city owned.
Yeah, I know.
Getting the permits. If you could get the permits, it would be a great tour.
there's a other way around this. So it's not necessarily skate parks, but the skate shops that have a parking lot that can throw a demo. You just
put a pipe up.
So you just put some ramps, you put a fucking flat bar, put a ledge. We play on the ground, whatever it is. It's just a mixture.
Playing the pipe.
Yeah, a mixture of skating and like just being.
That's a great idea.
I don't know, because it's very logistically. It's never really been done. It's hard.
The question is, how do you make money?
But that's not really. At the end of the day, we're kind of like beyond that. We're trying to just more or less create a vibe and go.
But to get it from town to town, you still need logistics and you still need money.
I think you would sell enough in T-shirts and I'll have skateboards there too.
There you go. That's not a bad idea.
I mean, it's not like there's not like, and plus there's sponsorships and you can get the shop to pay for your guarantees. Honestly, like some of the skate demos I've been to here locally are 10 times bigger than most of the shows. So
I've been to shows at Excel's skate shop.
Yeah,
I've seen Excel play there here in LA. I mean, that was nuts.
Yeah, so I mean, it might be something we might be doing. It's like being more outside and not and skipping all the venue shit, because it kind of gets a little old. You play 21 and over venues for 6 years and you're like, yeah, you guys are just
or better yet, you do it fucking stagger it. 3 nights a week you play a nightclub, and 2 nights a week you do the skate demo. The weekend.
That's what we were also discussing. That's interesting you bring that up, because that was kind of like, because how do you convince another band to go do this fucking weird shit with you? You gotta like
unless they're another skate band.
Yeah,
like, think about you guys and like Municipal Waste.
I hit up Skullfist. I don't know if you guys know Skullfist.
I've heard him. Yeah.
So Zach and I, we met through skateboarding. He's the singer. We went and skated at the Austin skate park together. We were both in Austin, Texas the same night. Didn't even know each other. We're talking on Instagram, like, you want to skate before the show? And I was like, yeah. He came and picked me up, and we went and skated, and we've been really good friends ever since. But he lives on the other side of the fucking, might as well be Russia. He lives in Northeast Canada. And I mean,
that's a long way away.
I'm in California. It's like, when we talked about it before, we're like, we got a couple of homies that are pro skaters, and we're like, hey man, how rad it would be. You guys get in a van, we all get in a van, we go out there and we fucking rip apart America. And it's different. It's different. It's something that
it could definitely be done.
Yeah.
Well.
I don't know if I'm the man to make it happen, but I like the idea.
Scanner?
I didn't hear the question. I heard no question out of it.
What do you think about a tour like that?
Yeah.
What do I think about a tour? I didn't hear that part. All I heard was
like a full tour of skate demoing.
Do you think it could be done? Yeah, I think it could be.
And then bands.
Well, again, there's a lot of logistics to that specific thing. There's just a lot of logistics, and I think some of the politics would get involved in doing that.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, and I've been told this many times, and it's so true. We're in the business to sell poison to people, and it's so true. That's literally what our business is. It's literally to play a club that sells alcohol to people. That's literally what it is. So, I guess in saying that, again, most people would want to drink, and if you're drinking at a place that's like, a skate park, I'm sure that's not really permitted. So
that's why you do a couple nights a week at a bar. And I'm telling you, you'd have to mix and match.
Hey, hold up. I used to get fucking faded at the skate park growing up, so I don't know about all that. We'd be over there. We'd have 40 ounces of Old English.
Yeah, that's true. But a bigger event's gonna draw cops, and there's
true.
Lots of logistics, like you said. It's something that I'd like to come back and have another conversation on, because I'd like to be a part of something like that. I know the perfect tour manager for something like that too.
There's things that I think of sometimes. Like I said, it's more about keeping something fresh and relevant and ideas that could keep the band alive. Like when two guys, like I said, like me and my drummer, were like vibing it. We're like, hey, well, maybe not a tour, but at least like. Instead
about a string of dates up and down the West Coast or something.
That's right, exactly. And it doesn't have to be full thing. It could just be up. It could instead of like when I book local shows, instead of booking a show at the venue, even though Fresno's lucky, you know, Fresno gets shit on hard, but we have a venue here, and I'll tell you, man, it's owned by Eddie Numskull, Jason Pistoresi, and
I know Eddie Numskull.
and this venue, it's called Strummers, and it's all ages and has a bar, and it really pops off, dude. When we play there, I wish there was that venue in every city across America. It's the best venue I've like for a band like my size. It's the best venue ever.
Awesome.
They have great sound. You could drink, but when you're drinking, you can't go in the pit, but it's so close the way that they angled their little fence that makes it legal, right? You could drink and you're still way up close to the stage.
That's
you know
awesome.
what I mean? So you're not in the pit, and then you put your beer down, you jump in, and then you fucking go back and pound your beer, whatever you do. I don't drink, so for me, I dig more of the like it's weird how like Tanner said, because I've had people, you know, reprimand me for really being kind of anti-alcohol, but like alcohol nearly fucking killed me, ruined my life, killed half of my fucking cousins from drinking and driving. So to me, I always am kind of like, I don't really like, I think when people go to shows, they should have a beer or two, maybe a little weed, and call it a day, unless they have a fucking Uber ride. That's it.
Well, but
Don't get
you're
in the
only,
car.
sure, but here's what you got to keep in mind, though. You're not the only one going to pay for the show, so you want as many people to go. My point in all this is there's a lot of
you want them to get smashed though, because then this doesn't even really matter. They just went there to get smashed, which is fun. But do you want to enjoy the show? You know, because
I'm not talking for me and you, and I'm talking there are people. There are a lot.
But
of
we are
people
talking about you and me and you. We're not talking about other people.
Yeah,
Tanner.
So you don't want nobody. You want just us three numbskulls to go to a show, and that's
no.
So my
Us
point,
put on a show.
my point in all this is to get people out there. They're gonna want to drink. They're gonna. So like when you
Not
do these
necessarily.
again, Andy, am I talking or are you talking? Which one are we doing?
Well, I'm just making a counterpoint to your point.
here?
People aren't always going to want to drink. How do you think they throw these huge shows at these skate things?
I hope that people.
How do they throw shows at what was the place you guys used to play in Anaheim? The Chain Reaction. They had no booze there. You guys used to pack that place.
Yeah, no drinking. No drinking is okay, and people will still come out. Rock and roll always speaks volumes. It's not all like I feel like LA. Maybe that's more of the case. The venues want people.
You have to do it in Orange County here
and doing all that. But you know what? Like at the end of the day, if the people aren't going to listen to music and they're more interested in drinking, and the venue is more interested in getting people in there to drink, that's the wrong venue for a lot of bands. That's the wrong venue for me. For me, it's like, hey, like the bar is secondary to everything else going on. You're here to see the show. Like, so whatever.
Remember you? No, hold on, both of you guys.
They need to be all ages venues. They need to put up fences. They need to do what it takes.
It's hard in California.
For young people, they need to make it so that young people could experience music. Young people don't experience music anymore, and that's why they listen to fucking trap music. They are not inspired. They're inspired by the interweb. They don't see these people live ever, and it's not as
got a point.
You know, it's not. It's if you put somebody in front of a live band. No matter what the band, kids especially, young kids, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids, do you put them in front of a band and you watch them what they do? It's more entertaining than what adults do, period. End of that discussion. And you can't.
I agree with that.
You can't fucking win me on that. Kids have more fun.
Well, look at what's the one thing that the Bay Area scene, if you go back, especially like the Murder in the Front Row days, what was the one thing that they had that most places don't have nowadays?
Oh,
What do they have?
All ages clubs.
Yeah.
The Stone. They had Ruthie's. They had fucking the Omni. All those places were all ages that served alcohol. If you could get that back again,
it's on. It really is, because the
only place we got like that now is the whiskey.
We have strummers, like I said. Like
it sounds cool.
And I like playing. I don't like to play in Fresno a lot, but when we do, Like
It's on.
it's really cool to play there because I'll see
So Eddie Numbskull owns that place, huh?
yeah. It's
All right.
badass. He's
I'm
one of
changing. You guys want to hear a real good Eddie Numbskull story from
Yeah.
back in the day?
Let me hear it.
I used to book shows up in Sonoma County, up in Santa Rosa, and
Yep.
Eddie would send me bands from down there every once in a while. And I got this frantic call on a Wednesday about the following Thursday. I mean, the next day, right? I got this band, had a band cancel on me. Could you fucking try? It's important, man. They're on tour, bro. And I tried all my venues. I tried fucking all these places in Santa Rosa and Petaluma, and I couldn't. I was like, sorry, Eddie. I mean, I worked for fucking 3-4 hours on it. Tried, couldn't do it. I'm in bed with my girlfriend. This is like 94, I think, 93, 94, with my girlfriend a couple weeks later. And we used to, when we'd help bands along, you know, we'd have them stop by our apartment when they were on tour, do their laundry, hang out, stay the night, you know, we'd feed them, send them on the way. And she goes, hey, look, there's that No Doubt band you were trying to fucking book.
Damn.
And I was like, damn, I almost had her staying at the house.
He did a lot of like really up and coming bands.
Oh, yeah.
He did At the Drive-In too, like
Yep.
way before they were like
But, I
relationship
mean-
band. But he didn't really do a lot of metal stuff. He was like a lot
No, he
more
was a punk guy. He was punk.
punk and the Santa Barbara scene stuff.
And
Like, but
ska.
I grew up with a lot of his shows. His shows in Fresno.
Yeah.
He's always booked shows here. He used to use this place called Big Game. He's been a big time Fresno guy, and
He's old school. He's old
he's
school.
helped me a lot. I got a lot of love for Eddie Numbskull, and a lot of people don't know him in the metal scene, but he's a very prominent promoter in all of California. Really,
Yes, he is.
books up and down the coast. He owns
yeah.
a venue here.
He
It's fun.
He tried to send No Doubt to my house, Tanner.
It's awesome.
Anyway, hey, Trevor,
Yeah,
tell us how people can get the record.
get the record at Haunt HAUNT the Nation HauntTheNation.bandcamp.com is really the only place to get it because it is DIY and it's like the old days. You send in your money, you get a record. That's kind of it's like the Fugazi all over again.
I just did that with Deep Six and Destroyed in Seconds.
So so that's where you go to get that. If you're in Europe, you would just have to go to your local record store. There's a distributor in Europe, so you can find it there, or you buy it at haunthenation.bandcamp.com. That's where you buy everything. Shirts, you want the shirt, you want the flags, you want a button, you want a patch,
Awesome.
you want a skateboard. That's the
There you go. Tanner, you got anything else you want to add?
No, go to Bandcamp. I mean, I've done it multiple times this year, as Trevor knows. So
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
Tanner hooks it up. What up, man?
that's right.
All right. Then let's end it with the Fool's Paradise, because I think that's where we're all living right now, right?
That's right.
This is a Fool's Paradise right now on
Razor Radio.
Thank you, Trevor.